Hey guys, my name is Peyton.
And my name is Christian.
And we are here to kick off who we are and why we're here about our new podcast, Living Through Him.
Yes, this idea sparked from a church service that we went to, and it was probably midnight one night, and Peyton texted me, and she goes, I got an idea. I was like, okay. And she sent me this idea, and I was super pumped about it, super excited. I was like, yes, let's hit the ground rolling. That night I was sending stuff about like let's do this, let's go, and then I already had ideas and everything. She was like, slow your roll.
Yeah, I remember my exact words were like, whoa, because he was going all out of already talking about everything, but it made me excited to know that he was in.
Yeah.
So we're here together to get to have this opportunity to talk to you guys, so I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, Peyton, do you want to share like what the service was about and like why you had this idea?
Of course. So that service, I can remember, I was listening at my Bible and I was taking all my notes and I was like, oh, that's good. That could be used in a podcast. And what this service was about, it was how are you going to use the next few years to move through Christ and glorify Him. And that, what I took away from that, I was like, okay, so I want to change something. I want to start something new, and I want it to be glorifying God. And I was like, okay, how am I going to do this for the next few years? Well, one, I thought of, okay, me and Christian can do something. I was thinking of maybe a Bible study or something like that, but I was like, Peyton, this is what you've been listening to for the past few months. A podcast. So like Christian said, I messaged him and I was like, Christian, what about this podcast? So, and I told him, I was like, our church service when we're talking about moving through Christ and how we're going to do things for the next few years to move towards Him. And that's how it started.
Yes. The whole mission behind this podcast is one, like she said, try to live through Him and glorify Him. But not only that, it's to help people with their beliefs. Some people are, like today, in our church service, they said, we live in a negative world. We, where people don't really, people downplay Christians.
Yeah.
People don't think as Christians as good people, is what, we're trying to say. 1994 and before, people would, hear Christians say, "Oh yeah, I'm a Christian," and they'll be like, "Oh okay, I'm gonna be a Christian too." Well, then 1994 to 2014, they were like, "You can have your beliefs, but we're gonna have mine." Like a Christian will walk up, a Christian will walk up and be like, "Hey, I'm a Christian. Like you should believe this way," but like a normal person would say, "Hey, I'm okay. Like keep your beliefs to yourself."
Yeah.
But now everybody's like, "I hate Christians. Christians should not be here." Like just all this, and we're just like. That's wrong. Like that should not how it should be. People should unify God, and we're just trying to get it back to before the 1994.
Yeah. So I thought that was really cool today when he was talking about those days, because I never really thought about it like that, changing. But yeah, like Christian said, I actually have a personal experience of me doing this. So a few months ago when it was a Friday of the week at school, and I was like, okay, I don't have much to do today, and I've had such a busy week. I just want to sit with my Bible. So I brought my Bible into school, and I was like, is that girl looking at me because I have my Bible? Oh my gosh, why do I bring it? These people are like, what is she doing with those markers in her Bible? But when I thought about it, I was like, why should I be not ashamed, but I was pretty much ashamed. These people, I was like, what do they think? Why do they think? But we're here, like he said, our mission, we're here to make your faith and your beliefs and what the person you truly believe in not feel ashamed about it, because as Christians, we know this is not our final resting place. And that's something really hard to swallow sometimes, that we are not meant for this life on earth. We are meant to be living in heaven and with Christ. So that's where we're kind of wanting to go with this and talk about how let's spread it here. Let's live through Him here on earth so other people get to see how awesome our experiences have been, so they can do it too. Because I don't know if you guys are ready for it. We got some pretty intense things that have happened, but also wonderful things that have happened. And sometimes that He's the only thing you may think you have.
Yeah. You know, going back to what you said about taking your Bible to school, like, we want to normalize that.
Yes.
Like, instead of people looking at you and, like, doing all that, like, we want people to, like, oh, you have your Bible? So I'm going to bring my
mine
Bible.
too. Yeah.
And so that's what our mission is. And then another thing is Peyton also has had another experience on, like, another calling of, like, God's to her personally that she, like, experienced. You want to explain that one too?
Yes, of course. So a few months ago, I had started my own teen girls Bible study, and it was in our small town coffee shop. And every Monday morning for like about 8 weeks, we met there, and it was so moving to see these young girls who either had been to church before but just hadn't really made that commitment, or just had never really gone to church before. And one time, and one thing in particular I took away from that was when this little girl came in here, and she was just the cutest thing. She came in there just wanting to learn about Jesus, her eyes really big and listening to what I had to say. But a few weeks ago, I got a message from someone that was like, I just want to let you know, she went home and told her parents that she wanted to go to church, and now they actually go to our church, and they now go frequently. And it just made me so happy to think, okay, if I was able to have that impact on those 8 girls, and that girl, and one of them is now going to church, and who was not really a believer, didn't really know before, I think we together can be even more powerful and telling a bunch of people. And like you watching this right now, I think this is going to be a very, very good opportunity, and I don't think you'll want to miss it.
I agree. You know, that, like she said, that is probably, like, that's an awesome thing, like, that you started that Bible study. But we just, like, we can't wait for this. This is going to be an amazing journey. We're so glad that y'all are here with us. Like, we're on this road together. And, yeah.
So now that we've pretty much talked about why we're here and what our mission is, we have a few announcements to tell you guys. So I'm not really quite sure when this video is going to be posted. I'm pretty sure it's going to be after our launch day, May 10th, at my birthday party, Sweet 16. We wanted to kick it off another year, and we're here. So we're really excited about that. And our main platform will be Instagram, and I will put that in like our little description or whatever it's called down below, so you guys can get that. But definitely follow us. Subscribe to our YouTube account, but please go follow our Instagram page, because Christian will be on there posting some things, and it's gonna be so good. And we're gonna have some vlogs. I mean, I don't know how those will turn out, but maybe we can do some fun stuff. We want it to be a fun, and we're gonna be living through him. We're gonna be showing you what it looks like to live through him, but we also want to interact with you guys. So when we start posting stuff, and you're maybe like, oh, what's that? What does that mean? Or how can I find this in my Bible? Or whatever that looks like, feel free to message us on Instagram or whatever, because we're here for you. We're not here for ourselves. We're here for you, and we're here to grow in our faith with you and go closer to God.
Yes, I agree. And another thing that we're really looking forward to is we're hopefully going to have some guests on this, and some people that have, like, impacted our communities really big through, like, FCA and just churches in general. And we just can't wait to hear their testimony on, like, why they became a Christian and how they became a Christian. And I just can't wait for it. So
so if you guys know someone, I hope you made it to the end of this video. I hope we didn't talk your ear off. But so if you guys made it to the end of this video, and you know someone, maybe that's a friend, your sibling, or maybe even your parent or something like that you think could use this podcast or could help them, or maybe just enjoy it. I don't know about you all, but when I'm cleaning the barn or walking pigs, I love listening to podcasts. I specifically Christian podcasts, because it, again, living through him, through everything.
Yep.
So, Christian, so we talked about our podcast in this, and they obviously know everything about that. Why don't we tell them a few things about ourselves and what we like to do, just in case they may not know, so you guys can kind of know who we are.
Yeah, you can start.
Okay, I'll go ahead. Yeah. So like I said, my name is Peyton. I am a sophomore in high school, and I showed livestock, mainly pigs. My family and I travel around the country showing pigs, and last year I started showing cattle, and I've really enjoyed the people I get to do that with. That's what I like to do. I am a iced coffee lover. That is one of my favorite things to do. We had one on the way to church this morning. I know it's a crazy thing, but I love that. Alani's, love it. Love those drinks. But I do play tennis. I enjoy doing that in the summer. But yeah, one of my other favorite things to do, I love Bible journaling. So if you guys ever have any questions on that, we may have a video or two maybe we can do about that, or post, I don't know, whatever you guys want to see. But I love doing it. I love highlighting. I love taking notes, especially at church. But those are my few things I love to do. And I also have a dog, a mini golden doodle named Winston, that maybe he can be on a video or something. Maybe not too long because he's a little crazy, but yeah, that's it.
But yeah, so I'm Christian. I'm a sophomore in high school as well. Again, I'm not like her. I don't travel the country to go livestock shows.
Yeah.
I play sports, baseball, football, wrestling. Do the whole travel baseball thing. Love that. But yeah, just like she said, love Alani. I'm not a big iced coffee fan. Big Red fan. Big Red, the greatest soft drink to ever be invented. But other than that, yeah, I love going to church. That's something that we will look forward to do it together every Thursday. But yeah, that's just.
So yeah, my point.
My life's not as fun as Peyton's, but.
Well, it's going to be fun now because
we
now have our own podcast that we get to do as well. But the reason I wanted to share those things with you guys is we have two different perspectives. So maybe you're watching this being like, okay, I know them and I want to watch their podcast, but I can't relate. He does sports and she shows pegs, but maybe you, I don't know, play golf. I don't know, whatever that looks like. We have two different perspectives that I think could be very well and maybe you could relate to. Maybe you show a different species and you can still see how I lived through Christ. Or maybe you play a different sport. Maybe you do play golf. Well, as he has some golf on his shirt, you didn't mention you like to golf too.
Oh, yeah.
But
I'm not any good, but.
But, yeah, so you can see that.
Yeah, we actually, we might seem like fun on the video, but, we actually had a struggle not too long ago. I'm playing baseball almost 5 times a week. And we just
a little bit more than that,
yeah,
probably.
And we're just trying to find time to do this stuff and try to make it all work. And the biggest thing we had to do was just talk about it and just think about how we can make this time work. And I feel like God had His way of making our time work and everything, just so we can spread His word and everything like that.
Yeah. So and that kind of goes off. This is how we're gonna end today. Sometimes when you think, I want you guys to, in this video, and we're talking about our callings and what God is wanting us to do, I want you to think about your calling. What led you to come watch this video? What is God trying to do through you? Maybe you're not a Christian, you're not committed, you haven't given your life to Jesus. What is He wanting you to do with our podcast as well? Maybe it's not with our podcast. Maybe you have something working on and this helped you. I don't know, but I want you guys to end this video thinking, okay, they found their calling through church and they listened to God and they prayed about it. And even with the obstacle of time and crazy schedules thrown at them, we're still doing it. We didn't let Satan get in our way with oh my gosh, this is setting us back. But we were one step ahead because God was right next to us and we used Him to be able to do this.
Yes.
So find your calling.
Yes. That hits everything that what our podcast is going to be about. And we also have a more detailed, I wouldn't say more detailed, but more of a overview of what our podcast is going to be out over on our Instagram. Yeah. So go check that out. But like I said on the IG reel, we can't wait for this amazing journey with you all, and
we're here together.
Yes.
We're going to do it together. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, like I said earlier, stay tuned for Instagram updates and updates on here. We're so excited for you guys to be on this journey with us, and we can't wait.
Yep.
Bye, guys.
See y'all next time.